the harder you look for what's going to bring meaning in your life, the less likely you are to find it. Because what we tend to do is we tend to think, okay, if I can get just one more achievement, if I can collect one more achievement, if I can get one more thing, if I get one thing that I want, I'm just going to be so happy and satisfied. And it just doesn't work that way.
Don't sweat the small stuff. And It's All Small Stuff is a book that shows you how to keep from letting the little things in life drive you crazy. In thoughtful and insightful language, author Richard Carlson reveals ways to calm down in the midst of your incredibly hurried, stressed life. You can learn to put things in perspective by making the small daily changes he suggests, including advice such as think of your problems as potential teachers. Remember that when you die, your inbox won't be empty. And do one thing at a time.
Focusing more on what you have than on what you want. Then you start to notice that that which you have is quite beautiful and lovely. Now, from that place of well-being and feeling like you have enough, and feeling like there's aspects of your life that you already like, that's when the game starts. That's not when it finishes. That's the place that allows you to then look around and say, wait a minute, I've got a good life. This would make it a little bit better.
You should also try to live in the present moment. Let others have the glory at times, and lower your tolerance to stress. You can write down your most stubborn positions and see if you can soften them. Learn to trust your intuitions and live each day as if it might be your last. With gentle, supportive suggestions, Dr. Carlson reveals ways to make your actions more peaceful and caring, with the added benefit of making your life more calm and stress-free.
Good morning to you. My name is Catherine. This is Books and Blogs on Life and Style. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we discuss how to not sweat the small stuff. A book by Richard Carlson, I think. Yes, that's his name. It's an incredible book. And to help us review it is our own, we just formulated this book club. So it goes by what, Bila, what name do we give it? Okay, as you're thinking about it, let me introduce the people on the panel. Julia, they're no strangers to you, by the way. So you have, okay, so the producer said, don't sweat it, book club. Oh my gosh. Let's hope we agree on that by the time this show is over. Because you sweat. So this is Julia, Shiro, Miss Koki, we again have featured her. Miss Grace has been on the show before. Tracy, karibu to the program. Mercy, Hillary, an author, you know him. He has a goodie to give at the end of the show. Over 20 million copies sold worldwide.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah, do you hope the same for your book, by the way?
100 copies, 100 million.
100 million? Wow. Amen to that.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
20 million.
Yeah. So I found this book really encouraging, uplifting. It spoke to a lot of the things that we really end up just not caring about, which you shouldn't care about. I'll start with you, Koki, who is also an author. Okay, Chosen Not Cheated, we'll review that sometime. What small stuff do you find yourself sweating?
Oh my goodness. I was so moved by this, well, movement, meaning Mulikwad.
Oh,
I was Mulikwad by a certain part of the book where he was talking about, you know, some people, you go through things, you're like, my neighbor has parked on my side of the street, and you bring the conversation in the dining table. And I'm like, that's me. I'm like, you won't believe the cabin who was bringing me home. He talked this way, he went to this side, he didn't know why he was going. I was like, oh, that's mine. I was like, you know how you can assess it and, and you're like, I don't do so bad.
Yeah.
And then you find the one thing where you just get zeros.
Okay.
Like, that was me.
That is you.
Yeah. There's a part where he also said, look at someone like a child. And I was like, wouldn't that be wonderful? I just think, you know, Hillary today is just having a cranky day. He's just being cranky.
What a good example.
Hasn't eaten. Let me just give him time. The same patience.
He needs to grow up.
Yeah.
You know, maybe have you had breakfast? You know, that's how I should think about it when someone's acting up. I found it to be very practical and so good.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Tracy?
The biggest takeout for me was stress levels. I think we tend to relate adulting with how much stress we can take. So we're like, oh, we're going for, and there's also the stress management. Is it seminars people go for? It's like, I need to be at 70 so that I can survive life.
Yeah.
I think if we take it down, that we give ourselves a break and actually not even stress about, because most of the things we stress about are also just the small stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing she said about someone parking, someone cutting you in traffic.
Yeah.
Someone just walking slowly ahead of you.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh my goodness. Or someone just not washing their plates just because you've done dishes.
Yeah.
You just feel lighter.
Yeah.
Don't even stress about it. But it's like the more stress I can take, I need to have 3 jobs. I also need to have to control how my house looks like. I need to control how people in my estate park their cars or do. It's just sometimes we put so much stress on ourselves, which isn't our job. And also something he says in that when you die, your in-tray will still be, there's still be something. And also
that was the scariest bit.
Yeah. It's something actually me and my sisters always talk about, that you'll die, utaacha hii kazi. Hii kazi utaacha, someone else will do it.
Yeah.
So 50, 100 years from now, there's going to be different people doing the things you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't stress about it.
Yeah. Where was it scary for you, the death part?
Because 2 weeks ago something happened. I lost my dad. And it's after he was buried that I discovered he had said so many things that were now making sense after he died.
Okay, examples?
For instance, he built a tank so many years ago. Those days he was.
Those days, the stories.
So over time the tank has been leaking.
Okay.
So even if it rains, the tank does not really hold so much water. So a neighbor dug a borehole and he was putting up the overhead tank. And he went to supervise. He told that guy, let me supervise this tank to be ready in time because people may lack water in my funeral. That was in May.
Wow. Like a month before he passed on?
Yes. Then in June he passed on. So the guy who owns the tank tells us, bring a pipe, I need to give you water. We are like, we didn't even ask for water. Then he says, no. The late said he's making sure that this tank is ready because he'll need water in his funeral.
Wow.
You see, those are sentiments that don't make sense when you say them. Yes.
So do you think he predicted his death?
I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah. I think many people usually know, but they don't. They tell us, but we ignore.
It's like Bob Collymore. According to the stories from his boys' club, that Saturday when he called all of them for tea, and then Monday morning he was gone. You know? So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think people know, and they usually tell us, but we don't take the message.
Wow. Okay. That's scary. Shiro, don't look too scared.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
you're fine. So the stuff that you're sweating now, because you don't overcome it. The book is here to just kind of like keep reminding us, breathe. But what are you dealing with in terms of small stuff?
For me, it's waiting for someone to finish the thought, then I can chip in and bring mine. I'm those people who just wait to talk, or just interrupt, or I'll just say something. Because I'm just waiting to talk. I'm just waiting to open mouth.
So you're not a good listener. Oh wow!
No. So that's what I'm trying. And I just sat down and I was like, wait. You can actually sit down and wait for a whole thought process and listen and then just.
I know that's what breaks families, by the way.
She was telling me something and I was just waiting to interrupt her. Like, no, let me just wait.
Okay.
Talk. She finished.
Why are you saying those bad things first? You're saying her boyfriend is in trouble, broken families.
That is how families break.
How?
Because we don't listen to our partners very well.
I agree.
Yes, that's very true. I'm married to a woman who has OCD. You know OCD?
Okay, yeah. Of course I know OCD.
Yes.
So, a woman, she knows.
Yeah. So I got through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because of that OCD.
Yeah.
even pegs, I can't even just.
And hangers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, men can't even put socks. It's very hard for a man to put socks in the dirty laundry basket. It's very hard.
Is
Like,
it?
It is.
It is very difficult.
It is.
For some reason, yes.
Why?
And I get fought so many times, but I just don't know how to get over that.
You don't know how to pick your just throw it
How
in the
about
basket.
just starting?
Eh.
Remove
You
your
try.
t-shirt, put it back in.
You always try.
Stand
No,
by
the
laundry
book
basket.
actually says
Uh-huh.
your thought process determines your actions. So the next time, think about how your wife is going to react. Do you want drama? No, we don't want drama. Remove your t-shirt, put it in the laundry basket. Don't sweat the small stuff.
You see, the problem is, I don't live with her. So when she's away, I retreat back to being me.
Is that
No.
your cue for you'll have a troubled
Eh.
It's not really trouble, but that's how fights begin. in marriage.
To be honest though, like for me with that situation for socks, I just had to die. I died. I just leave them. I leave them there for like 3-4 days and then I pick them. But like you see, like that when I was telling you that, yes, that one I don't sweat. And it took me so long. I'm so proud of myself. But that's one of the key sweating stuff. So when I was reading the book, I was like, yeah, I got this.
For 4 days.
And it helps, by the way.
Because it's also as well, perhaps it shall be picked. But if not,
It's usually not thrown, it is kept. Because if you
it
move
is
it, you won't find it.
it is lightly removed nicely and laid down on the ground.
Yes.
It's
And he knows it's there. Because if you move it now, he won't.
Wait, are we talking clean socks or dirty socks?
Socks I've just
Dirty.
worn.
Is that the reason why men can never find anything? It's like they
You move them, like you don't find them, they are moved.
What are we all talking about?
about how they find organization in different
Yes.
So you stopped sweating in your
I
household.
stopped sweating and life became so.
And you, Grace, you disciplined your household. You are your household, they know.
Yeah, those were some of the things I was learning from that book.
Okay.
When I was reading, I was like, how dare you talk to me like that? Yeah, I mean, the to-do lists, things have to be done in a certain way.
Yeah.
And then God just decides, I'm going to give you 2 boys.
He's a wonderful God, yeah.
It's a tough lesson, but I've been learning not to sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
From toys, from how they're doing things, from use a serviette, don't use your hand. Yeah. So I quit screaming, and as I was reading, I was like, yeah, I think I need to tone it down a bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Mercy, as you're expecting, what are you dealing with? Yours could be double.
It is double, actually.
Yeah?
She has 2 boys. I don't know what I'm expecting. This is my 3rd one.
Okay. Wow.
So now I get home and my boys are all over constantly.
You also have 2 boys?
Yes.
Wow.
Hala, the energy in my house. I've had a tough day myself. So I get home and everything is everywhere, literally. And I'm like, okay, where do I start from? The one thing I want to do is just to crawl, then get into bed and wake up to a nice morning with organized life. Does it happen?
No, it hasn't.
In fact, I can't even sleep because someone will wake me up and they want to cuddle. Another one wants to play. They don't care about how my day has been.
Honey, when it's being done 72 hours, it's not like you want your space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So I've learned to let it go.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter. One thing I learned is that will it matter 1 year from now?
Oh, I
1 year from now, he will be 7 years.
Yeah.
And I've realized that with my 5-year-old, when he was 2, we used to cuddle. I was his world.
Yeah.
But now he's 5, he's going to 6. He's more concerned with his father, the manly things out there, the garden, the animals. We are no longer that size that we used to be. So I'm asking myself, will it matter 1 year from now?
Wow.
So with my 2-year-old, I'm handling him with a lot of care, a lot of love, a lot of patience.
Enjoying it
Because
while
I
it
know-
lasts.
Yes, because I know 1 year from now he'll be out. He'll be out there.
Okay. So Julia, is it as easy as they are all making it sound. Let go, let go. Oh.
But it's not like an overnight thing.
Yes.
It takes time. Like for me, that book appeared to us is all about the ego, because the ego is the one which makes us do all these type of things. And for me, it has been a journey of almost 1 year to get to where I am. At least I can say I'm about 80% on that book.
Hey, you're doing so well.
You can award.
80%. What did you do?
Oh, it's getting, actually that's what I was telling her, yeah? It's getting radical about yourself. It's looking at, you see all the failed relationships, all the businesses you have started that have not worked, all the arguments you have had. The middle person is you. So get yourself out, go and deal with yourself somewhere. Look at yourself today, they overreact. It's not about the other person. If you put the socks and she's angry and all that, it's not about you. I'm in this situation, what do I do about it? It's not about saying,
but it is about me or her.
It's about
But the socks are mine.
the socks are yours.
Yes.
So now the argument or the way you go about it in that, there is a place in the book it says, if you're arguing about the trash bin, then take it out. You know, like, you don't have to look at the other person. You always want to control and deal with it.
But hiyo mtu atakuzoea hivyo sana kila saa si atakuzoea mazoeano.
Sio kuzoeana. You're just avoiding trouble.
Even that person should also be working hard to avoid trouble.
It
becomes enjoyable. It could. It sounds silly.
Yes, it's all about, do I need to be right or do I need to
I've been brainwashed.
Yeah. And if I take them out, what conversation will I have after that? Because I won't just take it out and then I come with swearing and it's all good. Yeah? You show by example. I have also 2 boys.
Yeah. You have one boy,
I have
2
one boy,
boys.
yes.
Tracy, not yet.
Yes.
2, not yet. 2.
You have boys.
My boys, I don't know, you don't have boys. I don't know if you have boys. If you have boys, your hair will be cut.
They would have shaved.
Yeah, my son, they are like, one is on top of my head, the other one is on my shoulder.
My life.
And I'm looking at them and I'm telling, actually, if I get another baby and I find it's a boy, I'm running away. I can't handle it.
You can donate. I can take toddlers.
No, not the real boys. You know they're the town boys, and we have the Islands boys, yeah?
What is the difference?
There are those who are refined,
Yeah.
then there are those who are gangster. Like,
And the boy in this book was which one? The village one.
I can't be refined. How can I be refined in the village?
There are pages.
So basically the book is all about us looking into yourself and knowing that in all the issues you have, really it's all about you. The way you see them, if you put goggles right now, you see the glasses blackish or something like that. It's really all about yourself.
It's too much.
It will get to too much because we come from a society of entitlement. Yeah? We come from the fact that you are my husband, you should do this. But you don't give people room to be themselves. You know, you need to give people room to be themselves. I need to give her to be Catherine. First of all, she gets to be Catherine, then she wants to be my friend as Catherine. Not me fix her to be something that I want her to be. Okay. Yeah? And that's the death of so many relationships also. Because I want my husband or my boyfriend to be in a way to bring me flowers because I love flowers.
Who talk to me because this conversation is focusing my life.
What is your way of showing affection? First of all, I need to give you room to be you. Now, if I give you room to be you, then I stop having the entitlement because you don't make me happy. Because I've already achieved myself.
Is this a prescription of do not have expectations?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Do not have it.
No, that you're talking of.
I think it's about.
You should, but don't crumble when they're not met.
So in the first place, don't have high expectations. If I come here with no expectations at all, and you do something, bring me flowers. Oh my goodness, I'll be excited.
You'll be excited.
Yes,
and
but that's how you're not able to have expectations.
He talked about it.
You see?
He talked about it and he was saying how
that's the problem is we're always there. I'm at the stage where I'm expecting the flowers. If you don't bring, my world has shattered. Like, let me just be content where I'm at with what I have.
Already, even before we get there, you already worked up. Instead of letting go of everything and enjoying the moment. If I'm here and I'm thinking about my child at home, Saidi, whether it's my child I give back to them or not, hi Saidi, I'm here. Let me be here with you guys and enjoy this moment. Whether the guy came home last night or he didn't. So it's all about mindfulness. I knew a bit
Hey, even that one was supposed to say let it go.
No.
Even that one was supposed to say.
Okay, you said you are at what percentage? 80%. Okay, I'm at 10. It's alright. It's okay.
You see,
Yes,
an example is that
Yeah.
I had a Valentine's when I came to Nairobi. Valentine's is not in Maragoli. That's just, yes. So if I date you in my first year and you want me to take you, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do on Valentine's Day. I don't even know my own birthday.
What's your point?
So sometimes, if you date me and on your birthday, you are so annoyed. I don't even know my own birthday. You get?
Okay.
So I think we always try to expect others to think like we are thinking, which is never the case.
But isn't that where there should be communication? And I want to go back to that example she gave of the trash, getting the trash out. This thing of, it's okay, if you won't do it, let me do it. Why don't you just have a conversation? Like, yo, trash is your thing. Dish is your trash.
I think we're getting it wrong.
Okay.
Letting it go is not swag. Let me just sit and let life happen. No, I'll take the trash out, yes? It's your turn to take the trash out and you forgot or you just don't feel like, I'll take it out. But let's be clear, it was your day to take it out, you're crossing a line and this is wrong. But it's not something that I'll be like, no, I didn't take out the trash, I have to be here, I'm angry, it will 3 days we're not talking, a whole week we're not talking just because of trash. Really?
What sobered me up, honestly, is with that conversation for you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to have this, is see now me, I have a mouth. All of us do. I have a mouth.
Yours is on another level.
So for me, when I'd be like socks, I'd be like, and just for you to understand where I came from, and your socks again, and you leave. I've waited 4 days. I used to be that kind of person. And then one time, God, my wonderful husband told me, the many things I have done for you, you were supposed to, but you didn't. Because we look at, that's what I think they say for like, look at it, look at yourself. He told me, even you were supposed to have me, but I did this, but I didn't tell you. And I felt bad. I was like, man, that must feel so good because you didn't tell me. And I was like, I'll just do even if you don't tell me. And it's not, I know it sounds silly when I say maybe it becomes enjoyable, but enjoyable in that this is an argument diverted. Let me just remove it after 4 days. He didn't do it. I'll remove trash. Oh, can you remove? If you don't, I'll do it. Like, it's fine. And it's it brings so much peace for yourself. For me, I'm talking from the perspective of marriage because. Yeah, let me tell you, it's not fun for 3-4 years. You are just talking about socks, dishes. But me, when I do it, I don't leave them to pile up because I think those are the small, irrelevant things.
Sorry. As you said also about communication, if it doesn't make you happy, tell them, I don't like it when you leave socks on the floor all the time. And
will you listen?
Also,
well, that sounds like Mandarin to you.
And
we listen. We actually listen.
And then
you hear.
Then something happens along the way.
You want to annoy the woman on purpose.
No, you don't want to annoy her. It just happens.
Sorry to cut you. I think also both genders, we should give, what I said, the rule, should give room for a man to be a man. And men should give women room to be
what does that even mean?
It means you're setting the small stuff.
What mean? Can Grace, do you understand what that means?
Can I just
Please say a lot.
I've been feeling very oppressed here. And I need to talk so that I don't sweat it. So I think part of not sweating the small stuff is, I go back to the trash. I mean, we are here. We are all talking about trash. I go back to the trash. And I go back to your Valentine's vibe. Can we communicate our expectations before we enter into this relationship. I expect you as the man to do A, B, C, D, F. You expect me as the woman to do whatever. You said, so when we said that as the man, I expect you to provide. I expect you to take the trash out. I expect you to basically be the father who is present for my children. As the woman, you expect me to, whether it's cook or even chip in bills, because let's face it, we are doing it. You need to chip in bills. Okay, so day one, I was supposed to deal with electricity. I don't deal with that bill. You do it. Day 3, day 4, day 5, it's becoming a habit. But I'm not sweating it. So what are we doing? Yes, we are building something. As much as I, or rather he, acts as if it's not working him, at some point something will be done that will trigger that thing, and then all of a sudden you have a flare. And I think that's what is happening in so many things, especially in our African tradition. We are told to suppress things. Wewe ni mwanamke, vumilia, usiongee mambo yako. The next thing you know, you're blowing. I think it is important, as much as we do not want to sweat the small stuff, it's important to communicate what we expect from, even if it's a friendship. I expect you to respect these boundaries, and I'll also respect you, and whatever expectations you have of me, I will respect. Because I'm not talking about entitlement, I'm talking about expectations. Because even at a workplace, you don't expect, for example, we are working in one office and you have a mug that is normally yours, and I come and it's about tea time and I pick your mug all the time. And every time you're about to have tea, you don't have a mug. I think it's important. I think expectations also go to respect. And I think in that way, you don't sweat.
You don't sweat. The sweating is on pause. Hold on to that thought. You will be the first to share it when we come back after this break.
Hapo kwa chima gumenye guza.
Are you sexy?